Today I'm talking to Amos Gilead, a former top general in the Israeli army. Throughout his many years of experience, Amos has served as a director of policy for the Minister of Defense. Welcome, Amos. Let's get straight into it. For the past couple of weeks, really, there's been many reports coming out saying that Israel actually knew about Hamas's attack before it happened. Did Israel know about Hamas's attack before it happened?
We did have the knowledge. We do have powerful intelligence. Usually what might happen in intelligence services, and I was among my many jobs in the Army and the Ministry of Defense, was responsible for the National Intelligence Assessment of the military intelligence. And usually when you look in retrospect, always you can find the valuable, relevant information about strategic early warnings. How come that we have faced such a failure? Because there was misinterpretation of the strategic early warning military and...
Was this BB's fault?
It's a failure. It's a failure. We need to...
Who's at fault? Whose fault is it? It's a failure.
It's our military intelligence service has taken the full overriding responsibility for this failure. And the another guy, head of ISA, it's like equivalent to MI5, they've taken the responsibility. That means a lot.
So are they going to resign or what's
No, that's not important. The important is that they have taken responsibility, and rightly so, because this is a mission of military intelligence, especially about states like Israel. We need to share, to give in right time the strategic early warning in order to enable the armed forces to defend Israel. If we fail to do it, that's a failure.
I mean, you failed, but it's quite a big failure.
It's failure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Has Israel really done enough to protect civilians in Gaza? Because, of course, I think it's 1.5 million people have been displaced in Gaza. They're moving around. I mean, have they really done enough?
This is combined failure in 7th of October that will be remembered for decades. It's a failure. It's like... it's very relevant or equivalent to what happened in UK in 1939. But the day after, 8th of October, 9th of October, we have recovered the IDF and the military intelligence and the ISA, and they are now handling unbelievable, efficient war against Hamas. Hamas is a terror entity combined with government, based on underground entity, based on tunnels. And there, the vision of Hamas that is well known is to exterminate Israel. They've tried to destabilize the country, but I think they've made two mistakes, the fatal mistakes. The first, that they ordered atrocities that we haven't experienced as Jewish people since the Holocaust, as an order and policy. That means that they beheaded children or babies, raped women, tortured old men, and so on and so on. And the idea was to destabilize Israel. And then, instead of that, the IDF, you can find it now in Gaza, in the heart, in the center of Hamas. And my prediction that militarily this terror organization will collapse as a combination of government and terror organization that is reminding ISIS in the coming months. How long it will take, I don't know, but that's the first fatal mistake. The second fatal mistake, Sanawar, the leader of Hamas, has expected that all our enemies, at the top of them, Iran, the Hezbollah, the Houthis, whoever, Iraqi, pro-Iranian militias, all of them will attack Israel based on the image of the weakness of Israel. And that's not happening based on our deterrence. And we again, back to our real power. We do have very impressive military power. It's contradictory to the fiasco, but since the day after, we are heading a very effective and determined attack military operation against Hamas.
So like you said, after the 7th of October, Israel have taken have done a lot of attacks against Hamas. But going back to the original question is, has Israel done enough to protect the civilians in Gaza?
No, that's what I've said.
Yeah.
If I say we failed, it means we
failed.
So we didn't.
Really?
What does it mean in English, failure? Failure, it means that you are not fulfilling the wishes.
Yeah.
The main goal of the IDF is to protect Israel. If Hamas invaded Gaza with 3,000 terrorists during the 7th of October, it means we didn't succeed. It means that we failed.
So
on 7th of October.
Yeah.
Now we are acting opposite to the expectations of the leadership of Hamas. We are determined to destroy Hamastan as a combination of terror organization and government. That will not exist, and they will join their colleagues from the Muslim Brothers all over the Arab countries. You cannot find Muslim Brothers or Hamas-like, because they are either in jail or in underground.
But so what's going to happen? I mean, what do you see happening after the war ends? Do you think?
What I'm seeing is collapse of Hamastan, and then we will try to build something different.
Israel will?
Israel with the world, with the United States. It depends what.
Maybe because Bibi Netanyahu said I think he said they want to take
temporary. He said, but I disagree with him.
Do you think that's a
we
stupid
need
idea to do that?
Exit strategy. All wars do have exit strategy. We need to destroy Hamastan, like Churchill promised that he would destroy, as a leader of UK, the Nazis, and we would destroy Hamastan. With them, it's like cancer. You cannot live with them. I'm optimistic or realistic that we will be able to do it. It's not easy, but it will happen. And then what we need is exit strategy. It's not clear. For me, it's very clear. I think that the American United States is offering very smart. We need to adapt it with some corrections, but mainly we need to enhance. We need to enter the upgraded, different Palestinian authority, and then to energize enhancement and cementing the axis of peace and stability, namely leading Arab countries, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Morocco. We do have it now, or we will have it very soon, because Saudis are interested in strategic alliance with US, and they are ready to have like normalization with us. After the destruction of Hamas as part of the axis of evil led by Iran, we will be able, if we are smart, to energize the alliance to enhance and to cement much better the alliance between Israel and the United States, and to enhance the alliance or the peace treaties between us, Egypt, Jordan, Hashemanite Kingdom of Jordan, Morocco, UAE, and to extend it to Saudi Arabia. And then we will have, that's my vision, or this is the American vision, that I fully agree, we will face two axes. One, the first is the axis of evil led by Iran, supported by Russia, with Hezbollah, with Iranian militias, with Houthis. What the Iranians are doing, they are using proxies in order to undermine the sovereignty of legitimate republics, like Lebanon. Lebanon used to be, now you do have Hezbollah. In Syria, parts of Syria belong to pro-Iranian militias. In Iraq, the same. In Yemen, the same. And on the other hand, we will have two pillars, our military strengths, and strategically speaking, we will have, I hope so, powerful axis of peace and stability led by the United States, with the support of the free world, based on the Arab countries that we do have with them now, peace treaties that we need to keep as we can.
So do you think, temporarily Israel should take control of Gaza and then make a treaty between all these places and work together in Gaza?
We need to defeat Hamas, and then we will need to reconstruct Gaza. We cannot do it alone. we need support by Gulf states or rich states,
So
Arab
will they
states,
take-
but they will not agree if there is no peace process.
Yes. Oh, okay. But what about within Gaza itself?
It's
There's
what we need to do now
Yeah.
to destroy Hamas.
Yeah, but I'm talking about afterwards. I mean, we've got I think there's 1.5 million people in Gaza who
No,
have been displaced.
not 5 billion, 2.2.
I said 1.5. So 2.2 may be even higher than I thought. But quite a few million people that have been, a lot of people have been
We
displaced.
will need to give them the humanitarian
I mean, they've
support.
lost their houses, they've lost their places to live.
Yes, but there are 2 phases. First, we need to give them any humanitarian support we can give them as a part of the military operation.
Yeah.
After the collapse of the evil, of the vicious Hamas, we will need to find a creative solution. That can be only with the Arab world and with the Palestinians and with the auspice of United States.
And do you think people will come together and do that together? And rebuild Gaza together?
The Arab countries can do it, but it needs some peace process led by United States. That's what they want. That's what
Is it possible?
the president. Of course, it's possible. Why not? The Palestinians want. They will be in better position economically. They will have horizon. But that's need. I mean,
That's much later on.
Hamas belongs to the vicious forces in the Middle East and in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They are equivalent to ISIS. With ISIS, you can build something. No. First, United States, the coalition led by United States, destroyed Sistan at the expense of 1/3 of Syria, 1/3 of Iraq. Still, there are problems there. In Gaza, there is feasibility to create something new and promising. But that needs first destruction of the skeleton of Hamas and the infrastructure of Hamas as a terror organization. It's unbelievable what they have built there with billions of shekels, hundreds of millions of dollars, and this is very poor area. We need to give the Palestinians hope to reconstruct Gaza, and that's very feasible because we do have the infrastructure of the peace camp in the Middle East that is very wide and powerful.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks so much for coming on, Amos.
Thank you very much.